What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Football on Podcast. Today we have Eden.
Hey,
How are you, man? Like, how's spring break going on so far?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Spring break is just started. Big plans ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys have
good.
2 weeks on spring break?
2 weeks. Yeah.
We had 1 week. That sucks,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Very lucky, man.
Yeah. And how's school going for you so far?
This semester going pretty well. The previous one was harder. It makes sense just because of the English barrier. But now,
Mm-hmm.
after a year and a half here, it's much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, going well.
How is it adapting and learning the English language from Hebrew?
So, not a lot of people know, but in Hebrew we write from right to left,
Mhm.
and here it's from left to right.
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy,
Mhm.
but as time goes, it's getting better and better.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah, I'm feeling much better right now.
in Arabic, they do the same thing too, right? Like when you're writing in Arabic, you write from right to left.
I'm not
You're not too
familiar with the language, but
Yeah.
I know that they're writing for right to left. So
Okay.
that's right.
All right. And so tell me about you. Tell me about, like, how it all started. Like, where you grew up.
So I'm 24 years old. I'm from Israel. I grew up in Beersheba, which is the biggest city in the south of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Afterwards, I moved to Omer, which is a town, small town. I started playing football when I was 7 years old
Mm-hmm.
for Apol Beersheba, which is the local team of the city. I've been playing there for 10 years almost.
Wow.
And then I transferred for another team in Israel,
Mhm.
under 21, called Hapoel Ashkelon. From there, I had another station, Maccabi Netanya, and that's brought me here. After the COVID hit, I had to make a decision, and I came here by the end.
Yeah.
Can't go into details, but
Yeah. How's it growing up in Israel as a little boy?
Israel is a nice country, nice place to live.
Mhm.
We have beautiful cities, nice views, and nice and warm people. Yeah, I really miss that feeling to be back
Yeah.
home again. I'm going back home during the summer, so
Mhm. How's the
definitely
culture?
excited.
How's the culture in Israel?
The culture in
Yeah.
Israel.
What
Good
are some
question.
things you guys do there?
As you know, most of the people know, Israel is mixed with loads of cultures.
Mm-hmm.
That brings a lot of conflicts. But besides these conflicts, it's a pretty nice thing to have, because you have so many people from so many places.
Mm-hmm.
So you can learn and adapt so many things. So I pretty like it.
Yeah. And how is it playing soccer in Israel? Like, how do you what's this playing style of soccer in Israel?
So in Israel, I can say that how it's different from United States by the aggressive kind of like football way. They're more aggressive. They're more emotional.
Yeah.
So when I first came here, I felt the differences in that aspect. Yeah. So that's the big difference that I feel.
Yeah. And how did you hear of Embry Riddle?
So yeah, I kept from where I stopped. After I finished my the last season back home,
Mm-hmm.
I had plans to move forward for pro soccer, and then COVID hit and changed everything. So I had to rethinking, and I found my agent, which is a brilliant man, Dudi Znati. And he helped me a lot. He gave me these offers to come here to the state. First thing I thought was, how can I make this step? It's impossible
Yeah.
to transfer, come here, live home. But then I realized that I can have a good things here, like
Yeah.
education, soccer, values of life. Live outside the country is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this offer.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for my coaches John and Dave, that they made these things look better,
Mm-hmm.
and they helped me throughout this process. And eventually I found myself here.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah. And how did COVID affect, like, your plans on going pro? Like, what happened, if you could go in detail about it?
So when COVID hit, all the sporting events shut it down, and we had to be under lockdown. It was really by the start of the outbreak, so everyone was scaring about
Yeah.
anything. It was just in the beginning.
Yeah.
So the government shut it down everything, and we had to be under quarantine. And obviously there was no season. So me personally as a player, it was for me a massive damage for my career, because I had to stay home for almost a year and a half with no soccer. So I practiced by myself. Everybody did, like as much as I know, and that made everything much complicated. That's definitely.
Yeah. And what are some like offers? Did you get any other offers beside Embredo? Like any other ways?
Yeah, I got a couple offers. The most serious one was from Stetson University in New Jersey. Yeah, it was pretty close to sign, and then by the last minute we received this offer from Embredo. Considering the fact that this place is amazing place with great facilities, nice people, great coaches, and the weather really similar to back home to Israel. So I couldn't like just let it go. So
yeah,
it was the best thing for me to do.
Yeah. What's your major at Embredo?
I'm doing business administration.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And like, what are like your career goals?
So in the future, I would like to deal with entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Doing business, obviously. Of course, soccer will be a main part of my life after college. I'm sure, absolutely sure. But I would like to do more than that. I would like to take it forward and maybe combine business and more than that.
And how is it transitioning from Israel to the U.S., just like as a culture hold?
There are a lot of differences, a lot. First is the attitude of the people, the way of talking, the way of communicate, anything. It's so many stuff. Can say that the living expenses are cheaper here.
Really? It's cheaper here than in Israel?
Yeah, that's surprise. Israel is an expensive country. So yeah, there are a lot of differences in any aspects.
Yeah. Like how's the language? Like how do you talk to people? Like what's the difference between in Israel and here?
What do you mean by saying language?
Like you were talking about like the way you talk to people in Israel is different than here.
I think the way when I said it's not exactly language barrier, language differences. It's more about the politenesses, how people communicate. It could be on the road, it could be on the supermarket, it can be anywhere. It's like different cultures.
Yeah. Okay. And how was your parents like? How did your parents feel about you transitioning from Israel to the U.S.? You're probably nervous.
First, it wasn't that easy for them because I'm the oldest son at home. So it was hard for them and for me, obviously. But they were proud of me on this move. They supporting me every single day, anything I need, and I'm looking forward for the summer to see them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's the differences between playing soccer in Israel and playing soccer here? Like, what's the different playing styles?
So as I said before, it's the aggressive aspect, which is pretty much obvious to me. I saw a couple of tactics changing on, I would say, different formation for back home to here. And the overall is the mentality, I think. There is a big difference in the mentality.
How?
I say the attitude of players to come every day and get better and use these facilities, because here in the state you have amazing facilities.
Yep.
For most universities I've seen so far, you guys got like equipment, if it's fields, anything you need, coaches, extra hours. Back home was a little bit different. It was a privilege to have these facilities, to have these extra hours training and stuff. So I'm really glad that we have it here.
Yeah.
We can use this for to get better.
Yeah. And how's the soccer team since you've been here?
So since we haven't played for 2 years, the team haven't played. We had 2 years off because of COVID.
Oh man.
So we were not allowed to play competitive against other teams, even not friendship games. So the first officially game had in the last fall. So we had to adjust again to the pace, to the get used to it again. Is not easy. So it wasn't a good season for us, but I'm sure that we're doing well and we keep it up. And for the coming fall, we're gonna be much better.
Yeah.
So we can see at the previous game we had, we won 2-0 against Florida Tech. It was a friendship game. And also we met the Stetson. We won 1-0. So we're getting forward. It looks like we're doing well here.
Yeah. And what's the goal for the team come fall season? Like what do you guys want to accomplish as a team?
That's a good question. I guess that we will have to. We just had 8 players that graduated, even 9. So in the coming fall, we're gonna recruit the big amount of players. We'll see something like 5 players. I mean, depends on the coaches. So the main goal would be to gather around the squad and find the game plan that's gonna work for us and stick to it. That's my opinion. And
what do you think you can work more on to become a better player?
For me, I would love to work about the techniques, the aspect, improve more. My weak foot.
Are you a lefty or are you a righty?
I'm a lefty. Yeah.
Oh, you're a lefty.
So I want to work more on my right foot, and just keep it up as much as I can.
Yeah. And what position do you play?
I'm a striker.
You've been a striker your whole life?
Yeah, my whole life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite team? Favorite soccer team?
So my favorite team is Liverpool.
Really? Why do you like Liverpool?
I like their attacking way of playing. I like the pace of the game. I like the attacking players. Roberto
Mohamed
Firmino, Salah, and Sadio Mane. That's it basically.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player, with no doubt, is Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Really?
I'm a big fan. Yeah.
Why do you like Zlatan Ibrahimovic so much?
I think he's like endless.
Yeah.
This man is unbelievable. His abilities in such a old age. He's like keep doing what he do and keep scoring in the highest level, and I just a big fan of them.
Yeah. What are some like places you've traveled to for soccer and then just without soccer?
Places I've traveled. Interesting. So in the last break, I visited Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was great. It was a great time. I've been in a couple of beautiful places, beautiful views. Before then, I've been in New York. I visit my family there. I met them there.
Oh, you have family in New York?
And we made a family trip. So it was really nice. Can say that I've been in a couple of places in Europe. Because it's really close to Israel comparing to here.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first destiny is always Europe. So I've been in Serbia, Germany, Berlin. Can think about more places. Spain, Barcelona.
Wow.
So yeah. It was a good time.
What are some good places or unique places to visit in Israel?
So first thing first, most people would like to see Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Which is an amazing city.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the party city, the beaches city.
Mm.
Lots of people for anywhere. So that's one option. Second option is Jerusalem. This is the holy city.
Yeah.
If you want to see more cultures and learn more about the history of Israel, you can find yourself there.
And what are some player accomplishments you've had so far in your career?
In the soccer aspect.
Yeah, soccer aspect.
So when I was playing for Hapoel Ashkelon, we won the league. And I had a brilliant season with 10 goals in 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
So from there was for me an amazing stage to be.
What division was it? Like, was it the
Division 2 of under 21, and we got the championship and we got to the first division.
Wow.
So it was a brilliant moment.
Mm-hmm.
And from there I transferred for Maccabi Netanya, which is a great team in Division 1.
Wow.
After a great season.
Okay.
And from there on, that exactly the time when Corona hit, approximately.
Yeah.
So we had to rethink and do the adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that I made this decision.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what are some advice you would give to someone in the Middle East or someone in Israel that wants to pursue a soccer career?
So my advice is definitely chase after your dreams, even if it looks too hard to achieve these goals. And if you have any, I would say challenges with your English or anything else, just go for it. It's worth it. Don't be afraid to make the step, because it's really helpful for your future. That's my best advice.
Yeah. And so I know nothing about Hebrew, right? But we could have a little lesson today, tell me, how do you say hello in Hebrew?
Hello, it's easy. It's shalom.
Shalom?
Yes.
How do you say I'm hungry in Hebrew?
I'm hungry is ani ra'ev.
Say it again. Dani Laev?
Yeah, you can get better.
You can get better? How do you say make sure to like, comment, and subscribe? Wait, you say it. Can you say make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Football Alone podcast?
I got you. So I will look to the camera and say it for you.
Yes.
תוודאו לעשות שיתוף ולהירשם למנוי.
Yeah, sir. All right, man. Eden, I appreciate you coming out for the podcast,
Thank
man.
you, man, for inviting me. I'm glad, man.
Yes,
Thank
man.
you.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Yo, YBH.